That would be a little weird, I think, if it was like, hey, babe, like, I got this plan to, like, stick it to Drake. I think I'd be like, okay, go do, like, I don't love that. I wouldn't, like, stop you from doing it, but there would be part of me that's like, oh, so you're really still thinking about him, huh?
I guess, I don't know, because there's also, like, it is just funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good shot, yeah.
Babe, it's a funny joke on the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm like,
yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, go do that.
Right,
That's
right.
a good joke.
Right. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. What would you say is the definition of being late?
Well, first of all, I don't really count 5 minutes as being late. Like that's
what I mean. What is your definition?
I would say,
because I'm actually with you.
I'm also with you.
But here's where I'm not with you. If you just came in 5 minutes late, you're fine. When you come in and you're 5 minutes late and you say, I'm not late, then I'm like, well, now we have to have a discussion.
That's not what I said.
Not even as like this show. I'm just saying, in general, what is your concept of being late?
Okay, well, first of all, I didn't come in and I didn't say I'm not 5 minutes late. I said sorry for being late, and then I said, was your text sarcastic?
Well, yeah. So Jackie texted the group and said, sorry, caps lock, gonna be 5 minutes late, but Avi start without me, which again is totally fine in a vacuum, but you could have sent that the last 50 weeks in a row.
Jackie, you can just schedule that text.
Yeah, like technically. So here's what I would say. After so much hubbub about when this podcast starts, I think this podcast starts at 11:35. If someone were to say, when do you record? I would say Mondays and Wednesdays at 11:35 a.m.
We plan to meet at 11:30. We usually get recorded by 11:35.
No.
Yes.
I want to hear your rebuttal here.
Well, okay, so I break through those doors
like a Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah, I'm ready to record. I'm not 5 minutes late.
At 11:30 sharp. Sometimes 11:31. Okay?
Okay.
But the only reason I felt the need to send the text today was because I was going to be like 5 minutes late. Which I normally wouldn't have done. Which also, like, when you texted that, I guess I was like, wait, maybe I'm still in my head. Maybe I'm never late. So my
response was, it's all good. You're never late, so it's okay. Everyone deserves grace.
I go, oh, thank God. Yeah, he's right. I'm literally never late. But
was that
like getting to the office at 11:30? Like, yeah, I guess theoretically, if you were to have this argument with someone outside of our crew, and you're like, we said we're doing it at 11:30. I got to the building at 11:30, but when we're recording at 11:30. You should maybe get here at 11:25.
I should probably.
I had a similar fight when I was your age. Maybe I was a little bit younger. I was definitely younger. But I was young, and I was I don't know. I guess I kind of did dishes at a banquet hall.
Oh,
and
for like a job?
Huh?
For like a job?
No, for fun. For research for a role, actually.
A banquet hall implies charity.
Huh?
A banquet hall implies charity and implies hobby.
I don't think so.
I think if you're doing dishes at a banquet hall, it's not a hobby.
Were you getting paid by the banquet hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every week they'd send me a check. They'd be like, yo, you worked like 40 hours this week. Here's $8 an hour.
I thought I got you with it. Okay, cool.
But eventually I got into an argument with my boss where he was like, you're late every fucking day. And I was like, dude, I'm never late. Yeah. And he picked out my time cards and he was like, 8:02 a.m., 8:01 a.m., 8:03 a.m., 8:04 a.m. And I was like, well, yeah, that's not late though. Like I'm getting here like 3 or 4 minutes later. And I lost that job. But the point of it is that I agree with you. However, like when I got there at 8:03, I didn't have something at 8.
Yeah.
It wasn't like at 8 we start this. It was like the workday starts at 8. We'll figure out something for you when we're here.
Yeah. So this is the sharp.
This is we start recording at 11:30.
That's a fair argument. And from now on, I will get here promptly. What time would you guys like me here?
11:30.
No.
Just be here at 11:30.
We actually have to do the thing where it's like you tell me a different time and then
No, I refuse to do that.
No.
You're an adult.
I'll
tell you what time we have to
get here
do
11:15, then you're here at 11:30.
I have like family members who do that shit too, where it's like, just lie to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why would I lie to you? That's insane. I'll tell you what time it's at. If you're late, you're late. That's fine.
Are you chronically late? Like, well, if you go out to dinner with your girlfriends, are you the last one to show up every time?
Yeah,
So
which is
that's just
like
your
a
personality.
major. It's like a major flaw about me, and like I know that, and I've tried to change it. It's like not out of lack of respect for people. It's just like I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but my sense of time is whatever. So it's just like I've come to just everybody who I befriend, like, for the record, like, this is a major flaw, and if you're not okay with that major flaw, then like we shouldn't be friends. And like
I'm kind of also fair. If you're like, I'm just late and that's okay, you have to deal with it, it's one thing. If you say I have a major flaw, and you can decide to be in or out, and you decide to be in, then
and like I could be killing
we're in,
people.
right? Like then
like that could be my major flaw. But it's not. It's just like I'm gonna be 5 minutes late. But I'm not killing people.
5 minutes is like, as long as you keep it to 5 minutes. 5 minutes is fair. But I've gotten to a point, and I think it's because I have a lot of people in my life who do not respect the idea of time.
Yeah.
I'll just leave now. I'll leave after like 15 minutes.
I would say 15.
There's no point.
It's like
In
the
general,
substitute teacher
I think
time.
in general for appointments, meetings, getting together with someone, socially,
Appointments
whatever.
or meetings or work, I'll actually stay later. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
my friend and you're meeting me for dinner and you're like a half hour late, I'll just
But I'll give you 15.
yeah, I'll give you 15.
And you gotta like text me or something.
Yes.
Just let me know. Like, I got here on time, but parking's crazy. And then it's like, okay, fine, I know you're coming. But if it's just like, we're at 15 minutes and it might be 20, 30, 40, like, I'm not doing this.
There's like, and like, honestly, I'm not even mad when I leave. I'm just like, whatever, I'm just going fucking home. I don't, like, I genuinely, I'm not angry. I'm just like, it's really silly for me to keep sitting here.
Yeah.
There's a movie, Black Bag, which is a great movie. Came out this year, very sexy. But there's like a line in it where
Didn't like that.
It's a very sexy. If you're missing James Bond spy thrillers, go check out Black Bag.
Okay.
But there's like a line in it where one of the guys is always late, and he says something where he's like, "I know a psychologist would diagnose my chronic lateness as like offensive disrespect," and I was like, yeah, I feel that now. Like again, not like 5 minutes.
You're offensively
No,
disrespectful.
I'm honest to God, like we're having the conversation, but I'm not talking about you. I don't. 5 minutes, I don't consider it.
Yeah.
But like when it gets longer than that, it is like okay. Like again,
you just don't respect my time.
I'm truly not talking about you. But there is a point now in my life where I'm like, wow, okay, you really don't. You didn't even want to try to be on time?
I think that's I've always had that as my personality. Like, I just pride myself on being on time or trying to be on time, and if I'm not on time, I will tell you
I don't
ahead of
even
time.
pride myself on it. It's just what you do.
Well,
which is what I do.
but a lot of people don't. So I'm like, I just, it's been a thing like in my family, and this is how we roll. I usually try to just be early to places. I'm like a little bit of that. Like, if you're early, you're on time.
Yeah,
if you're on time, you're late. But I do also feel like as I've gotten older, it's become more of a thing that like you don't not do it. You know what I mean? And I think when you're younger, you're a little more like, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, and it will be all right, but it's just, you don't have to.
It's always been like top of the list things to change about myself, like number one. But it's weird because like I don't see it as disrespectful. Like I can tell that there's like a complete like whatever, and then when I like hear other people being like, oh, I'm offended, then I'm like, oh fuck, like I just didn't even think about it.
It is like a
that.
personality thing where it's like, if you don't view something, kind of like anything that people get offended by, it's like, that's just a joke, I'm not offended. When there's somebody out there who's like offended by it, and it's like, I kind of disagree with your sentiment, but like we're probably just never gonna get along if that like deeply offends you, and this doesn't for me. But so I can see people being like, it's just 5 minutes, like what's the big deal, and somebody being like, that's driving me insane. It's just a personality difference.
What needs to happen is me and the other chronically laters, we all agree on this. I need some kind of diagnosis to come out that it's like, you know, the equivalent.
You have a sickness.
Yeah. It's like, oh, they can't actually tell time, like they are disabled, you know, like, and so then you can't say, and it's like, yeah, like every time you're like yelling at me for being late, it's like, oh, so you're
Now
like,
you're abusing
Now
like
you're abusing
a disabled person. Yeah.
I think I'd like. I remember Milton. When we were working in Milton, there was a stretch where I was living at home, and I'd have to drive up 24 to 95, and I would always be like, there's traffic, or I would lie about something.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then when I would turn the corner and there would
Happens.
actually be traffic, I'd be like,
Now I'm fucked.
Yes.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time. It's like you like manifest it, and you're like, why can't I manifest like fucking $1 million, but I can manifest this?
sorry, traffic's crazy. 2 people dead. You turn 5 minutes later, God damn, how the fuck did I know that?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I feel like I try to. I think I'm. You think I'm on time?
Yes.
I think I'm an on time person, right? But I'm also always scrambling to get there on time. You know, it's like my whole life is like getting here in the morning. I'm pretty good. Like that's not too much of a problem. But everything else is like, all right, I got to leave right now. I got to make it here to pick them up, to drop them off at practice. And then it's always by the skin of my teeth. It's a horrible way to live. And I could just be like, a lot of it is usually like, okay, after the podcast, I got to go pick up the kids at school. I should leave myself like an hour and a half to get home just because of traffic and all that. But I'm like, the podcast is flowing, or like we're going good. I'll be good. I'll be fine with like an hour. And then it's like 10 minutes go by to say goodbye. Now I got 50 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I had good intentions, but it just got away from me. And I still will get there in time. But it is always like hey, I'll probably be there in time, but just in case, could we have like, our nanny pick them up as a plan B if I don't make it, all that kind of shit. I'm just always like, and I think I said this recently on the show, maybe like one time I was late picking up my kids, and ever since then it's been like, you're always in traffic, you're always late. I'm like, it happened once. I think it's a personality thing.
Those days when you're like, exactly what you're saying, when you're like, basically you wake up and you just do the math on the whole day. And
3 minutes to spare the whole day.
Though I've had those like the last 3 weeks, and those are the most depressing weeks where you're just like, you're waking up and you're already counting down like, okay, if I do this, then I can go to bed.
Yes.
And it's just getting to bed. It's
but I like that better.
No, I don't like
having,
that better. I don't like if I'm thinking of bed when I wake up. It's a bad day for me.
Oh, brother. Guess what I do every time I wake up? I'm more of the couch. I don't think of bed, but I think of, I still to this day, I actually went through, I used to love it. I think I've said so on the show before, that doing nothing is more of a problem as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
I can't do it as well. And now I've come back around on like, I'm a big fan of earning your laziness,
Yes.
When I do have all this shit on the schedule, I wake up and I hate it. But when I get to like 7:30 at night and it's done, I'm like, first of all, I'm like, fuck yeah. Because there are times, the only really good part about working a shitty job is it really makes you value outside your job. Like getting home is like the best thing that's ever happened to you, or getting to the bar, or whatever your plan is. When you do a job like this, I remember like, me, I like to get home and put on like pajama type clothes, soft clothes. When you are like, I worked from home today, I was like, I'm changing from one set of pajamas to another. It doesn't quite hit the same, But when you earn that, it's like, oh yeah, I did 3 or 4 things today. I'm gonna smoke some extra weed. I'm gonna have a second serving of dinner, 3 desserts, and we're watching the whole season. I'm like, I went to war today.
I did that yesterday. I sent a thank you card, and I was like.
So that's the other thing.
I was like, I did everything.
I will make anything on my to-do list a Herculean effort. I climbed Everest today. I went to the DMV, man, or whatever it is.
After I wrote a card, I was like, God damn, people haven't worked this hard in a minute.
Yeah, that's earn your laziness is a big tenet of mine. But when you wake up, are you like, get out of bed and go because do you sleep until like the last minute, or are you like lounging in bed and snoozing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, I need to like shower and get ready in like 10 minutes?
Yeah. I also think I have it in my head since I'm always late, and this is probably gonna be disrespectful, but like I almost think,
can't wait for this,
like it's a waste of time to not be a little late. Because then it's like, I could have gotten a little bit more sleep. Or like I could have looked a little bit better.
You are the most disrespectful.
No, sorry.
Wait, say that one more time so you can put that on a quote card. It's a little bit, it's a waste of time to not be late, right?
Like, what am I doing? Like, why would I not? John and Kevin are going to wait.
No. But that's not how I mean it. Like, I mean it, like, my brain is so warped where, like, I think this about everything, every single event. Like, And it really doesn't matter, like, if I'm meeting the president, I'm like, well, I could have looked a little bit sorry, I don't know why, like I said, the president. Like, if I'm meeting, like, the queen, I don't know, whatever.
The queen, the president, just heads of state.
Oh, yeah, an important person.
I didn't mean to like, bring whatever. So, God, I'm sorry, we gotta end this podcast. So then,
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because then I'm just like, well, I could have like probably slept a little bit more, been a little bit more alert for the president. Like,
Wait, did you switch from the president to queen so you didn't disrespect American head of state?
Well, no, I just didn't want to like bring politics into it. I didn't want to seem like I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my God!
Just seriously ignore
Look,
everything I
if the
said.
king of Zimbabwe's coming, I'm sleeping an extra hour. That's all.
No, I just didn't want to be like all hail our.
It's not a good use of time unless.
Yeah, so then that's what's warped in my head. So then, like, I think, like, you know, honestly, it's probably more respectful for you guys. I have to say, I gotta be alert for Kevin and John, and alert I always am.
And alert I always am.
What I'm just.
And that's why I always.
You know what's gonna happen next? One of these days, I'm gonna be sitting in coach, and they're gonna be like, "We gotta close the doors to this plane." Like. And I'm like, there's one more person. She's late. She's late. And I'm just going to be dealing with Jackie's lateness while I'm sitting in coach. And I just realized nobody respects me.
No, but I mean, you know, it's more respectful in my head.
Yeah.
In my head.
Your head, yeah.
And that's why I always bring such wisdom and sharpness to this podcast. Like all those extra hours of sleep. So, anyways, but I do, I do genuinely apologize.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
We don't.
On days
That's not.
we
It's
record.
really not important.
It's kind of applicable here.
I actually would
Wake up at 10 o'clock?
No, well, so like if I work out in the mornings, then I wake up at 7.
Okay.
And
Do
then
you do that on recording days?
But then it's like I hit the alarm like a few times, so it's probably like 7:20, 7:30.
That's fine. That's
And I
still
do that
you have 4.5 hours to get here.
So then okay, that's a great question. So then but I like to walk, and that's like my meditation. Is
Okay.
I like to walk to this workout class.
How far is that?
It's like in terms of miles, I'm not entirely sure.
How many
In terms
blocks?
of walking, I don't know, but it's like a 50-minute walk.
Okay.
So
50?
50. So
Okay.
I wake up an hour before. The class is at 8:30. People are gonna like kind of be like, she's lazy. She's never worked a real job.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
they're definitely
and that's,
yeah, that's the point of this segment, Jackie.
yeah. And that's fair. And like all of this is like, yes, I understand. Like, yeah.
But wait, so wake
Everything
up at
you guys are
7:30.
saying, right, keep
Wake
it
up at
coming.
7. Get out of bed at 7:30. Go walk to your class. Do your
Walk to our
class at
class.
8:30 to 9:30.
I listen to music. Not that it's important, but it's just,
Definitely
it's just
not.
the most.
Doesn't matter.
It's just the most lovely.
And
walk
just
I've
so you know,
seen in
on this walk, I do have headphones. I'm not crazy.
No, but sometimes
Here's my soundtrack. Here's
Recently,
my
I've been
playlist.
trying to go no headphones, so I just sit with my thoughts. Dangerous game to play.
Yeah, I don't like
sometimes.
that.
do the headphones, but just do no music.
Yeah, that's true.
The headphones, you feel safer with your thoughts.
Do you do what kind of headphones do you do?
Wired, love wired. I'm
Me
all
too,
blue
but
wired till
what
the
kind
day I
of,
die.
like, do you use? Is it
iOS.
sound canceling?
No,
No.
I don't like that.
I actually find it pretty almost impossible to walk around in New York with true sound
Oh,
canceling.
I'm
Yeah.
the opposite. I got a new pair the other day. I'll have sound canceling on, no headphones.
I actually don't like sound canceling in general. That you can almost like hear your like insides,
See,
like
now-
your teeth moving or your breathing, or I don't like that.
I think this is a nice pair of sound canceling, and it has changed the way I hear music.
Really?
Because
No, yeah.
I can have it on it. Like it used to just be like, how
Blaring.
loud can it go? And it
Yeah.
would just be like this fucking cacophony of noise in my ears. And now I have it on very low volume. I
Oh,
can hear the
interesting.
lyrics.
Do you
And
try
I'm
to
not-
listen to like a podcast, or even if you're listening to like talk and you're on like a New York City subway or where it's loud, like it's on full blast, but it's all muffled and all that shit. So I sound canceling is great for the sound quality. I just mean that like in New York, I feel like someone's honking, someone's yelling. I just
Yeah.
want to have like, especially if I was a girl, like, someone's gonna rape me.
Yeah, I used to be that way before I transitioned, but then I now I don't know, with the music I'm fine. With these I'm fine. But when I was going through the airport the other day, I was stressed about something, probably late, and I got through TSA and I put on my noise canceling headphones and I turned it on the noise canceling, and I instantly felt so much better.
It's like an escape.
And I was
almost.
like, oh, that's autism.
Yeah.
I was like, of all the diagnoses, when I put on the noise canceling headphones, I feel safer.
really good.
I actually noticed that my balance is heavily linked to noise.
Your physical balance.
Like when I put on noise canceling headphones, it's like I'm a bowling ball. Like I can't walk in a straight
bad for
line.
you?
bad for. I can't walk in a straight line.
Interesting.
Really?
I actually I
Yeah.
kind of get that. It's almost. I
wanna
think
have
it's
you
like.
do like a fucking obstacle course and noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
It's not gonna be good.
Like what the dogs do at the Westminster show.
Run up the seesaw, down the seesaw, through the tube. Humans running the dog obstacle is a pretty good idea. Sound canceling or
Well,
not,
that's
that's a
just
pretty
like
good.
that's just American Ninja Warrior. Which
that's
is
true.
Like
True.
something
They
that
do need to make like American,
they have one in Brooklyn.
like, not what's the opposite of a ninja, just like American regular guy. You know what I mean? It's like, could a fat guy like hop over this little pond instead of a. I mean, the shit that those guys do, you literally have to be a ninja. I need like a regular guy version.
I think it's one of those things. I think that's how it started, and then it was like people just
got better and better and better.
Like,
Yeah.
Like how Cuban talks about Shark Tank, where he's like, it's not even a show anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they just figured out the game.
Yeah.
And like I think that's kind of how.
It's gotta be because I mean, some of the stuff that those guys do, it's like.
Are ninjas like current? Like, are there?
You know what?
Modern ninjas?
Let's put a pin in the ninja thing. So you get to class. You get to class at 8:30.
Okay.
You go till 9:30.
I go till 9:30.
Now you got to get home, shower, dress, or no?
Yeah.
Are
So
you
then,
showering there?
no, home, shower,
shower, and then go
dress, makeup, like
you're walking
all that.
back.
And guys, my hair. It's just like you would be late if you had to deal with this motherfucker. Whatever. So that's all like a
This
whole like
motherfucking thing.
30-minute separate expense minimum. So then. And then I do.
Wait, so walk home at 9:30.
No, I train home.
Train home, okay.
I train home, 20-minute train right there.
All right, so you're back by 9 o'clock?
I'm back by. If I end at 9:30, I'm back by like
Or
10.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
So now you only got 90 minutes to get ready and walk about 3 blocks. I don't know. I can see where the problem is.
No. Okay, so then I shower, and I gotta wash my hair, and then I gotta blow. So that's 20 minutes within itself. I gotta dry off.
That takes like 7 to 10 seconds.
No, that takes like
Drying off?
Yeah, but
Maybe
like,
I'm not drying off as thorough as you guys. I don't know.
Okay, and then because I can't start the whole process until I'm all dried, and then yeah, exactly, just whatever. But like I'm not a big fan of like wiping like a towel.
Tushy.
Let's just
Promo code
no,
KFC.
just like wiping
I don't
myself
like
down
the
with the towel. Like I actually don't like that feeling, so I just kind of have
This
to air
is the
dry.
craziest part of all.
But you're
just
an air
imagine.
dryer too.
No. I'm just saying that in.
You were so
Never-
quick to throw me under the bus there. He's a freak too.
I am not even discussing the towel versus air drying. I'm just saying that in any other world, if your boss is going through like an audit of your time, and you're like, so then the dry off happens.
A lot of people would use a towel, not me. I like to take time.
Imagine I'm back at Deloitte and I'm just like, so then I get the towel. I put one around my waist, but one on my shoulders, and that's a whole.
But then I'm very efficient with my dry off time because I spend that time to like prepare my products, and then also like if I want breakfast, like make myself breakfast. Okay.
While you're drying.
30 grams of
I
protein.
actually have had this before. Like, the drying will occur while I brush my teeth.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that.
So, but that's why I say like it's an essential part of my routine because that sets me up for success in the rest of the 90 minutes or the hour that I have left. So then I just go.
Now
Okay.
what?
And then an hour slips away from me.
And then I go on my phone and I go on TikTok for 45 minutes in a doom scroll abyss.
I don't even go on my phone until like 11 a.m. So then, and then I do makeup. Okay, but something always goes wrong. Either I like some kind of mascara smudges, or I stub a toe, or something starts bleeding, and I have to like.
Something starts bleeding.
I know.
How
but,
often do you start
I'm
bleeding
saying
on your
that
morning routine?
There's always some kind of what do they call in science? Like a external factor, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that happens. We got to count like 15 minutes for that. Like this morning, it was a toe stub.
A toast up.
And then
Toast up will
sorry,
take you out 15 minutes.
sorry.
I'm surprised you're even here. I'm surprised it didn't take you for the day.
Toast up. You get a toast up. You're like, we gotta put a 15-minute timeout.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was like a toe stub and like nail bleeding type situation. So it was kind of like I had to. It was like a whole first aid, medical.
So now I'm at the doctor. Now I'm at the doctor. Now they're operating.
Anyways,
You know what's crazy is I can envision, because everything you're saying, I've heard from any woman I ever
I was gonna say
asked
there are
about
the
time,
girlies at home are
they're
screaming like,
"Yup,
yes,
I
yes,
know. That's how it goes."
Also,
Stop
what
it.
people don't realize is when you throw out 5, 10, 15 minutes, like that's a long time.
Yeah.
Like, if anything happens in life, if we just sat here in silence for 5 minutes, it would feel like an eternity. Like 5 whole minutes, depending on what you're talking about, is a long time. You know what I mean?
This is a side note, but that reminds me, during COVID, when I had COVID, there was brain fog, and I woke up and I couldn't remember who I was for a full minute, which is like,
who I was
whenever
or
I
where
say
I
this to people, they're like, oh yeah, like I kind of do that too. A full minute of not remembering what your name is, what room you're in, whatever. 1, 2,
What your name
3,
is, bro? 4,
5. I'm panicking. I had a full panic attack. I'm trying to think of anything. 5, 6, 7. You guys know what a minute is. Bro. 8,
You know how these seconds work.
10. Like, I'm still, nothing's coming to mind. I'm freaking out. I'm panicking. Like, I'm thinking, like, come on, your name. Like, you gotta know your name. Nothing came to mind. It was the
The girl
scariest.
who doesn't know if she shits or pisses is baffled by this.
Yeah, but it was the like. Could you imagine not know? I could not figure out what room I was in for the life of me. It was my childhood room. Crazy. Anyways,
And you're
That
not,
is
you're not
crazy.
fucked up or anything. You're just sick.
I was just sick, and it was just like brain fog.
And then
It
at
was-
what, 59 seconds, you're like, Jackie Nichols.
yeah. Well, then it started coming to me. Like then I was like, okay, like Jackie, yeah. I'm in my childhood. Okay. Well, I was just like, I don't know what to do with that information, but I guess we keep going.
Like, don't I live in New York?
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
Because
Well,
I was
now that I'm
home
realizing
before.
that Jackie's like a bipolar schizophrenic,
Yeah.
it's incredible that she's here within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Great job by
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Well,
this
that's-
is what you wanted. You
that's what
wanted
I
it to be
wanted.
like a disability, so now we have to respect your disability.
Because also like whenever I like do something new, like I gotta wrap my head around it. Like when I say like, okay, it's dry off time, like it's just I'm a little slow with everything.
Yeah.
And it takes me a little while. So
I would guess that's the problem, yeah. If you're going to do crypto, you got to do it right. And the only way for normal people to do it right is through Kraken. Like, you might be some crypto freak that knows, like, the dark web, and you could find these, like, corners of the internet where you can trade your crypto. Normal people always ask me, like, how could I get jail stool? How do I buy Bitcoin? How do I buy some of the meme coins? You can do it all on Kraken, which is a very normal, real, easy-to-use app, like all the other apps you have on your phone. Kraken lets you buy, sell, and swap over 300 different crypto coins, and the user interface is just like click, buy, sell, very easy, kind of idiot-proof, and there's no shadiness, there's no lag in time, you're not going to crash, there's no clownery going on, there's good customer support, and you're not just buying crypto manually. You can set up your portfolio where you can do automated trades, so you buy more when prices dip and you sell when they go high, and you can stack your stats and do DCA done right. Set it, forget it, and watch your portfolio grow. They also have Kraken Pay, which is an instant crypto payment between users. So instead of using the other apps or online banking to trade money, you can do it all through Kraken, where you send crypto back and forth for this round of drinks, or I'll cover your tickets to the game. You pay for parking, I pay for food, whatever. Anytime you're sending money back and forth with your friends, do it through Kraken Pay. There's no extra fees, and it moves instantly. You don't have to involve any banks. And finally, the best part of all with Kraken, you get a referral bonus if you bring your friends in the mix, $200 of USDG. So you should use it for all of its benefits and how easy it is to buy and sell and trade crypto. But then by spreading the word, you can get $200 in USDG. So what are you waiting for? Head to kraken.com/barstool today. Quit waiting, start trading, do Kraken. It's KRAKEN.com/barstool. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves loss of risk and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding Washington, New York, and Maine through Payward Interactive Inc.
So then then I have to do my hair, and then that's a whole like blow drying.
That actually takes a long time, right?
Yeah. And then I got to get dressed, and that's like it's just like
I'm surprised that by now there isn't. I know you can get some pretty fancy and expensive hair dryers, but I'm pretty surprised that there's something that is not like exorbitantly expensive, but just dries your hair in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Just some sort of scientific, like, boom,
well,
and it's
didn't
just
you
dry.
come out with like the shower that's like a shower and then a big blow dryer after?
Probably.
Like a body blow dryer.
Come up
Blow
with
off.
a lot of amazing inventions over the years.
Yeah.
It is also like, and I don't mean this rudely, it's just crazy how long it takes women to get ready.
Nuts.
Like if I
That's
leave
a stereotype that proves fucking true, man.
if I leave the gym at 10:40, I will be here at 11:20. And I'm leaving the
Yeah.
gym. I have to go from the gym,
Get home, get ready.
shower, change.
Like, if need be, I can take a shower in. I mean, anybody, I think, can take a 60-second shower. And then maybe do my hair, whatever. Like, and yeah, you might walk out of the house looking like a little bit like sloppy or whatever, but you could do it. Whereas like a girl, I just don't think can do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm also remembering with
fastest-
my routine, I did not put on deodorant this morning, so forewarning. Now that I'm going
And
through
if you
it.
had a little bit extra time, you would.
Yeah.
How quick do you think you could get ready where you're not like looking like you're not happy with your appearance if you were like going on a date with your dream man, but you're also not looking like a slob. You're just like effectively looking like you. What's the fastest you think you can get ready?
Like showering?
Yes, you have to shower, get your clothes on, and do hair and makeup that's like, again, you're like presentable, but you're not like putting on a full beat. You're not like curling, drying, straightening. You're just kind of like.
You feel like you.
If I'm not washing my hair, I could do it 30 minutes. Jeez. 20 minutes. If I'm washing my hair, like 45 minutes.
From the drying, mostly? From drying the hair?
For the drying of the hair.
Even washing.
And just
takes a
like
long time,
brushing
right?
it through.
Like getting all the
like,
shit out of your
washing
fucking hair.
it. Yeah,
takes a while.
yeah.
Like when I like washed Shay's hair when she was younger, it's like got the handle out.
You have to like wait 3 minutes like for the conditioner to set in, like all that.
Well,
let's
do that.
What?
You could save 3 minutes there. There you go. If you stop doing the conditioner thing, you're good. You would have been here at 11:02. I wouldn't even noticed.
Anyways, that's the routine. I'm sorry, and I'll be back. And from now on, 11:20. Right, guys?
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
But I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. And I
actually believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, it inherently is disrespectful. I just know that you don't believe it is.
Yeah. It's just
So
like
that makes me feel a little better. You're like accidentally spitting on my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, girls are the worst. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. That's millions of stories, millions of journeys, and behind everyone is a therapist who showed up and listened and helped someone take the step forward. BetterHelp does the initial matchmaking work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. You answer a short questionnaire that helps them identify your needs and preferences, and they have 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading matchmaking fulfillment rates. That means they typically get it right the first time, but if they don't, you're able to switch therapists at any time from their tailored recommendations. If you're not happy with your match, you say so. They'll find you a new one, and everyone's good. 30,000 therapists to choose from, so there's somebody for everyone. It's the largest online therapy platform, and they've served, like I said, over 5 million people globally. We just did World Mental Health Day, but we should be doing that every single day. So celebrate the therapists who have helped millions of people and find the one for you. BetterHelp will start that journey today with a 10% discount off your first month when you go to betterhelp.com/KFC. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/KFC for 10% off your first month.
Can I also, in terms of the autism that you mentioned before, I brought up this podcast, Telepathy Tapes.
I was looking for that 2 days ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like, we were looking for a show, and I was like, let's put on the show Jackie talked about. I didn't realize that it's not a show. It's
a podcast.
Yeah, you put on like a YouTube video. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I mean, it's on YouTube, but it is just audio. Is my point, right?
I don't think that you're gonna like it.
Why not?
Because it's a little too like. Well, actually, you might. Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're right. You're not gonna like it. He won't like it. Yeah. But it's very, and it gets pretty. It gets pretty like religious towards the end, which I wasn't fully whatever, but it like you have an open mind about it towards the end, kind of.
So if people don't know, it's a series on a podcast of a mother of autistic kids, like came to realize that her kids were like almost communicating.
Yeah, she's not a mother, but she like interviews a lot of mothers and a lot of like other autistic kids. It does an incredible job where like I truly believe like
there's something there. Yeah.
Like they're superior, and like I like it,
it's like X-Men, man. They're gonna like take over the world.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like offensive to say, but like it's so crazy. It's so well done. Like if I had an autistic kid, I'm saying it now, but like I'd be stoked. I'm gonna take that out.
I'd be pretty pumped. Hey doc, what's the diagnosis? Sweet.
I mean,
yeah, that's the savant stuff is like obviously there's a lot of problems that come with it, but like what you can zero in on and do, you can do better than anybody in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty nice of society that we dropped the idiot savant.
Oh.
we just use savant now.
I didn't know that.
He's mostly an idiot,
that was
but also
a common phrase.
Yeah.
Where it was, I think there is a House episode where Dave Matthews plays an autistic piano player, like a concert pianist, and they can't figure out what's going on wrong with him. But I believe they repeatedly refer to him as an idiot savant.
Oh.
Speaking of pianos, did you guys? I've seen this floating around the internet. A lot of people latched onto it recently. The dude who played the piano for Mr. Rogers. If you go back and watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, every time he's like walking in the door, it's a very like jazzy like type of piano, and it's different every single time. For like, 20,000 episodes of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he like always just kind of freestyled it. He's like a world-class pianist who like just clicked with Fred Rogers and was just like, yeah, I'll do it for you, and just like every day just played like a new like improv piano thing. But it's like so close that you might think it's just like a track they play, but it's like every time it was a world-class piano player doing his thing.
Kind of like White Lotus. It's always the same song,
but it's
just
different. Yeah. Yes. Right. Exactly like that.
Pianist. We should just say piano player.
It's a funny song.
I totally. It's like when people say anal.
Yeah.
It's like
don't
we're
know.
all thinking it, right?
Every single piece of inside of me jumped. Like, say it. Call him gay. Like, I'm gonna leave it alone.
If I was a pianist, I would be like, we need a new term here, or we at least got to put a different inflection in. I'm a pianist. Or
I
something.
say pianist.
Pianist.
I would never say that word, but like,
pianist. Yeah. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Whatever it is, we need to scrap the whole word.
My mom's name is like Pam, so then whenever it's like the first initial, like, and then it's Pinnacles. And
Pinnacles?
It just makes me laugh. Like that's funny.
that's just good.
That's just
clean
good old
fun
humor right there.
man.
I'll tell you what,
I
that
was
is
laughing
comedy.
And
Pinnacles.
she doesn't find it that funny. Anyways,
what do you guys? You think Donald Trump's going to heaven? This is my favorite thing. This
Is that a question?
Yeah, so he was on Air Force One, and they were talking about him trying to broker peace in the Middle East, which I think Donald Trump's declared peace in the Middle East like 3 times in the last like 6 weeks. And like every time there's a hostage attack and a bombing, like immediately after. But he said, so Donald Trump put out a newsletter in August, and the subject line of the email was, "I want to try to get into heaven."
what?
Yeah. This happened like back in August, and it says, "I want to try to get into heaven," and then it was like, donate money to like the administration, and like I'm gonna do this, that, and the other, and I'm gonna get into heaven.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah. Let me show you the screenshot of it. This kind of came and went back in August. It kind of came and went, and I remember being like, "This is fucking crazy, right?"
He sent out a mailing letter to not constituents, 'cause I guess we're all his constituents, to supporters. Are we his constituents? Are constituents only for smaller level politicians?
That was it. That was like, it was like a spam type email, like a promotional thing.
I want to try and get to heaven.
And then the body of the email was just like a, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump 2028 or whatever the fuck, And so I remember that happening, and it kind of came and went. And then on this interview on Air Force One, they said, you're trying to like, I think it was actually about Russia and Ukraine. And let me just play it for you.
A couple weeks ago, you were doing an interview and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being a little cute.
A little cute.
I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven.
That I respect.
That's not where I thought it was going. That's the cap, I guess.
The most honest answer a president has ever given. But of course, now there's like evangelicals being like, he's the Antichrist. There are people being like, well, if he doesn't think he's getting into heaven, then like I can no longer support him because that's what matters most. And then there are people like Trump. So Eric Trump was like, if he wasn't heaven bound, he wouldn't have survived the assassination attempt. If he wasn't, and which is like, that actually, you could make the argument, right? The next one, he goes, if he's not heaven bound, how come the flag was perfectly over his head when he survived that assassination attempt? I was like, well, that's because you guys set up a photo op.
It's because you hung a flag.
Yeah, it's because you ushered in a bunch of
the same reason you were standing on the podium. It's just what was happening.
And then the last one was he's got to be heaven bound. Otherwise, how did he beat Hillary? I was like, these are just things that just happened that you're now attributing to eternal paradise.
Let me tell you about the Democratic National Convention.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I shouldn't even let him know about this, but you guys all know about the heaven cheat code, right?
What's that?
You just confess.
Yeah, you just say, my bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good code we got going here. I don't know if he's a Catholic. I don't think he's a Catholic.
No. I think that was a big deal, right? Wasn't JFK the only Catholic president?
JFK
Everyone's a Protestant, right?
Biden was one too.
He was Catholic?
I believe so.
He's got to be
wrong on that.
They've leaned into the religion stuff pretty hard. He's got to be Catholic, no?
Who?
Trump?
He's Christian, but I don't think
Right,
he's
not
Catholic.
Catholic.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Everyone's Christian. Yeah.
He's what?
Episcopalian. Presbyterian.
What was Biden?
Oh.
I don't think he was Catholic, but he did do some Catholic shit.
Can somebody remind me what the difference between Catholic and Christian is?
Second Catholic.
What is that one? I never even...
Wait, so he
Oh,
became
he
Catholic?
was.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say second Catholic.
Oh,
That's
he
a
was
type
the
of
second
religion.
Catholic. Yeah.
I was like, what's the
I got
second
you.
Catholic?
I thought you were saying like he was born something else and became Catholic, because those ones are the ones you really want to keep away from.
They made the choice. I was raised this way and brainwashed. You chose.
You're fucking fine and normal.
Yeah.
If you converted a Catholic,
Yeah.
you're nuts,
That is, you joined the cult. I was born into the cult. You joined the cult. Catholic is Protestant formed so you could get divorces. Is like the main thing.
Got it.
So everyone believes in Jesus, and then you have your various rules that come off from there. And but it just cracks me because I understand the basic notion of like, if Donald Trump says, I don't think I'm going to get into heaven, that implies that he knows he's not that great of a person. And I could understand where someone would say, I want a president who like is not a bad person, but
who at least pretends to be a good person. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess
but he's
tip the
honest.
cap.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not getting to heaven.
but
I've been president. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that would be an honest answer for all presidents. Like,
you've seen some.
I'm not going to heaven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my point. Is like, bro, if you've ever got your finger on the trigger of a fucking bomb or missile or an attack, you're getting into some dicey territory where if you're making your decisions based on the eternal party in the sky, you're probably not doing the things you need to do.
Yeah.
Like, I would hope that the guy who's controlling nuclear weapons and coming up with like foreign and domestic policy, or at least enforcing these things, worried about all this shit where you got to make some like morally ambiguous decisions for the greater good and all that shit. I hope he's not basing that on heaven.
Dude, imagine
That might probably is just a fictional made up thing.
Dude, imagine if you were really, like, you believed in heaven, but it was also your responsibility to drop bombs. You'd be like, I'm going to know exactly where this bomb is landing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not accidentally hitting a fucking wedding with this one. I want to know, give me the coordinates. I'm doing the coordinates. Where does this bomb land?
Well, that's like that Jordan Jensen bit.
My eternal soul depends on it. You'd be pretty fucking serious.
You think a lot of decisions differently, bro.
I think if you really held anyone's feet to the fire, like, do you really believe in heaven?
Well, that was Jordan Jensen's bit was like, I don't think anyone actually believes, because otherwise you would be a radical freak.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, I don't want to spend eternity in like the flames of hell.
No, you're like, no. My God,
we're good.
he's different than the books you've been reading. You know?
I'm surprised that I think the next step, just because the email a few months ago and now all of this, and like, I don't think this is by accident. I think everything is like PR and spin. I'm waiting for Donald Trump to come out with his own version of heaven. Just be like, it's called like MAGA land, and you don't have to get into heaven. All you have to do is like pray to me, and you can get into my afterlife. That'd be the next grift. Right?
I almost feel like nuclear stuff you could justify greater good. Jerking off is probably the one that you could, sorry, that's probably the one you could justify the least. Like, just be like, there's no reason for me to get into heaven.
Based on how much
Based on like do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of like the sin that's like the least justifiable, and it might just be.
What's wrong with jerking off?
No, nothing is wrong. But
No,
like,
but you're
in terms
right.
of
I see what you're
justifying like why this needs to get done, like nuclear bombs, you're like, it's for the greater good of America.
protecting
It's protecting,
X-Mile.
and like we
Well,
got.
what if I told JC, I get up to the pearly gates, I'm talking to him and Peter and whoever else, I I didn't want to be like a womanizer. I didn't want to cheat. I didn't want to get someone pregnant out of wedlock, and so I need to get that out in a safe and contained way.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're like,
I think that's a pretty decent
More,
argument.
it's more of a reverse werewolf situation.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep this monster at bay.
And I said,
I
sorry.
could see Jesus being like, pretty compelling argument.
I said jerking off, like open to interpretation, like open to more suggestions. It wasn't like a locked in.
I'm watching Task right now. I just caught up last night. Unbelievable.
Oh, everyone's
I
talking
said
about
this
it.
yesterday. Finish your point, and then we'll talk about Task.
But there's the Grasanova, the detective. When he first learns that Mark Ruffalo's character was a priest, he was like, he was like, I'm cool. Like, I get most of the rules. I do genuinely understand most of the rules. He's like, what I don't understand is why God gives a shit if I eat meat on Friday. And I was like, that is a good point. Like, I'm sure there is some reason somewhere in the Bible or whatever.
Oh,
but like,
that's how I treat religion. Is I basically am like, if you don't believe in like the big picture of like do unto others, then that's like the most, just be a good person.
Yeah,
but it's some of the nitty gritty that's just like, I think these are all mechanisms to get money from you, or like wasn't that
just grab the golden rule part? That's all you need.
Wasn't that rooted? I think the meat thing is rooted in like fish, like fishermen like benefited from that. Like I think there was like a pragmatic thing that they like put into place where it was like, we'll sell more fish if we tell them we can't eat meat or something like that.
Really?
Where it was rooted in like the same thing of like you have to like pay your tithes every week for this, that, and the other. It's like we're just trying to get money from you. You know? I think that was one that was rooted in some like corrupt shit.
That makes sense.
But that's inherently
But that's
my
what I
problem
thought
with
of
religion.
when you said masturbation. I was like, also, eating meat on Friday is probably a pretty.
That's probably
if
one.
that gets you
I'm
into
gonna
hell.
eat my steak, and jerk off at the same time, and I'm still getting into heaven.
Yeah, jerking off is somehow more godly than, or
Not,
you know what I
not
mean?
like
I-
that, yeah.
More godly than.
I think it is.
You know what I mean?
I think it
Yeah.
might be.
Wait,
No, I
more
agree.
godly than what?
Well, then like eating meat on, like again, you're right. Eating meat on Fridays, I feel like it's like you'd be like, come on, like at the if you did do that.
I also,
Pearly
you know
gates.
what I think is interesting here? Your choice of words with jerking off, because I agree with you. Men should go to hell for it.
Okay.
Women, you're okay.
I was just about to say, but
No.
I was
Women,
about to
you're
say
like
that, but
exploring your bodies. I'm desecrating it. You know what I mean? Like,
I meant in general. I just meant like it's a very like alone task, and that's why it came to mind. Is like that's kind of for you and only for you. But then you're right. It is for the greater good. Honestly,
it probably is, but I still think there is a difference in, because I think the problem with masturbation is, in the eyes of the Lord, is like it's disrespecting your temple. Mm-hmm. And the way I do it is.
yes.
But like I think for most women, it's probably not.
I'm trying to find this. Oh wait, it's so funny you say this because I stumbled upon this Instagram, and here it is.
my nails are atrocious. Just getting ahead of that. Like,
Ran out of time.
This woman posted. I think she's kind of like a sex therapist on like Instagram.
just so you
or
know, you
whatever.
said woman.
What?
Never mind.
Well, shut up. So, yeah, she's a tantric from the modern woman. So it's like a sex sensuality coach or whatever. The reason I bring this up is this was her. It said, POV, you spend all morning in bed self-pleasuring, which already off the rip. What I do is not self-pleasuring. What I do is borderline crime, you know? But this is how this girl, like, I guess just straight up masturbates in the morning. Let me get a better look there. Let me just zoom in. Fucking asshole. You That was a moment. That was a moment for sure.
All right, let's see who's perverts.
The point was just how like sensual and romantic this all is, right? She's about to just hammer herself with a glass dildo, but she's got a glass of water. She's showing herself like wiggling around and like if a guy was to make a video, it would say, POV, me cracking hog, and it would just be me over this thing for like 15 seconds where I'm like, okay, now I can start my day. The differences are astounding in that department. But I was going to say, I feel like we go to hell and girls are like self-exploring. What'd you say? Exploring your body, self-pleasuring, whatever. But maybe not. When like I think if you got
there's also the argument that you guys are violating your bodies more.
Well, I don't know.
Like
I feel like you're like
inserting.
If you're inserting,
you're hammering yourself.
If you're using something, you're crossing God's threshold. Not me. I stay out of the store. Just knocking on the door.
No one's going in.
Open the fuck up.
Knocking on heaven's door.
I mean, I'm wondering though, if you were like a priest, if you're in the church, and you were like, I don't know, teaching a religious class for teenagers, right? I could see the guys are going to hell, but also if some girl was just like, oh yeah, I just fucking just hammer myself, I think I wouldn't be too happy with that either.
Yeah. If you've masturbated doggy style, you're going to hell.
Yeah, if you have positions for your own masturbation, there's a Halloween costume this year for something from The Mandalorian, something from Star Wars, something like that. And you get one of those Boba Fett helmets, and then I guess at some point he has an alien popping out of his chest, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is it has like these straps that you can put on your chest, and then it looks like something popping out.
Yes.
But when that's not on your body, it looks like a strap-on, and that the dick is an alien mouth. You know what I mean? And the fact that like my mind jumped there, I was like, they've gone too far with the tentacles and the horse things. It's like if I look at a alien mouth, I should not even be considering anything sexual. But
sounds like the thing the guy wore in Seven.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Yeah, it's exactly that. I'm sure if somebody would fuck. Yeah.
But you're right, that is your prime example of female PR versus like we just know how to package things better. We know how to PR things better.
Explore your body versus just like beat your dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you guys are like somehow like taking down the patriarchy every time you masturbate. Whereas we're just throwing ropes and fucking.
I'm a woman and this is beautiful. I got a finger in my ass. I'm like, me too.
There's also something inherently like if there's no cleanup afterwards, unless you guys are really going to town, you can kind of just do it and go. The fact that afterwards you're just like, all right, my knuckles are covered. Like it doesn't really wash off. It kind of coagulates. Just the whole aftermath.
That's what happens when you're messing with protein-based liquids.
John's favorite topic.
I would want to use a cold water and get that.
Gross.
I'm having fun today.
Yeah, this is good.
I'm sweating my fucking ass off.
So Trump in or out? So anyway, back to politics. Fall is here. School and work have ramped back up. Activities are happening. The weather's changing. The boss is back. This the fun and laziness of summertime is over. So now life's getting busy, right? And so that means you're going to skimp on meals, cooking for yourself, eating right. You need something that you can do quickly, that's no fuss, no mess, and is affordable and gives you all the nutrients and satisfaction you need, and that's where Huel comes in. Huel. It's like fuel, but Huel is complete meals in a bottle that make you feel full, focused, and ready for your day. Right now they have the Black Edition powder. They also have their Super Greens drink in a can. And all of these are less than $3 per meal. It's packed with 40 grams of plant-based proteins and 27 essential vitamins and minerals. There's no sugar. It's gluten-free. It tastes great. Has all sorts of different flavors. They got salted caramel. Salted caramel.
So that's your jam.
That is my jam, bro. And chocolate. Chocolate's like my OG jam. And then as my palate got refined, I got into the salted caramel game. Either way, these are delicious. And like I said, they got the Super Green drink in a can as well. It's the first of its kind where Huel has the Huel Daily Greens ready to drink. There's no powders, there's no pills. It's just your daily greens, sparkling, refreshing, and ready to drink whenever you are. And right now, together, Huel can make healthy eating healthy simple. Try today with a 15% discount off your purchase for new customers when you use code KFC at Huel.com/KFC. It's HUEL.com/KFC, and then code KFC at checkout for 15% off new customers' purchase. Use my code, fill out the post-checkout questionnaire survey to help support the show. Oh, let's talk quickly about Stephen A. Smith and Alexis Ohanian. You see that? Mm-mm. So Alexis Ohanian is Serena Williams' husband.
Yes. Google guy? Reddit guy?
Reddit. Yep. Co-founder of Reddit, businessman, just like, super rich dude. I never saw him or knew anything about him other than he was founder of Reddit and he became Serena Williams' husband. I always thought, just probably through my assumption about what Reddit is, I was like, this guy's a weirdo. Mm-hmm. His name's Alexis. I don't know. I was like, Alexis, you founded Reddit and you're like this white nerd who is now married to this like black bad bitch goat. You know what I mean? I was just like, this is fucking weird. And I assumed that he was just like a weird foreigner. I don't know why. Just tech, overseas, invented Reddit.
Alexis.
Yeah, no. Weird, right? Euro, something like that. Couldn't be more wrong. So Stephen A. Smith last year said when Serena Williams came out at the Super Bowl with Kendrick Lamar and Crip walked, that was a shot at Drake. Serena used to date Drake. She comes out with Kendrick. Crip walks, kind of like a fuck you, right? Stephen A. Smith was like, if that's my wife, don't even bother coming home because clearly you are still so hung up on your ex. You've got issues with him and you're not like focused on me. Like, no, thank you. Definitely, like, first of all, you're speculating about someone's relationship and that's probably an immature take. But I think there's a lot of people out there that understood what he was talking about and probably a lot of people that agree with him. Whether or not you should, insecurity. But, like, I think that's not that crazy of a take. But it's, it's like disrespecting someone's marriage. Fast forward, I guess, 9 months later, Alexis Ohanian goes on to promote his like new company. He goes on First Take. And Stephen A. Smith was not in studio. He was on remote. So it's not perfect. But Alexis Ohanian's like, oh, Stephen A., I was hoping you were going to be here because I thought maybe you have some marriage advice for me. And Stephen A. Smith, who, has the gift of gab and is always on the offensive, was backtracking on his heels like, headlines are headlines. Like, couldn't get it out. And so already kind of like you kind of won the battle already because he was respectful and was like, I don't have anything to say to you. There's nothing I can't tell you. And he was like, yeah, because you're not married, right? And Stephen A. Smith's like, yeah, no, I'm not. So I'm not married. I'm not qualified to give you any advice. He goes, yeah, because like, so I speak on topics that I know about. So I talk about and tell people how to build billion-dollar companies because I build billion-dollar companies. And it was just like, it was like, stop, he's dead, And then I come to find out he's also 6'5". So had it been in studio, it would have been like towering.
Well, Stephen A's big too, though. Stephen A's like 6'5" too.
No, really?
Yeah.
6'5"?
I think he's 6'5" stretch, but he's like 6'3" or something.
Oh, wow. That was me assuming because everyone you meet is like 5'7".
Yeah.
I thought he would be like a tiny little journalist.
No, he's a big dude.
Wow.
So that 6'1". I'm sorry. 6'1".
No, but that's still like, I thought it was going to be like 6'5" to like 5'7", like you little twerp, you know? But to just call him out like that and then be like, yeah, I only speak on things I know, like billion-dollar companies. And then Stephen A. Smith went on his podcast and was like, clean shot, totally fair. He's like, now, I do kind of stand by what I said, and like if he really wanted to press it, I would reiterate it, but it didn't escalate, and I'm happy for them. I don't mean any disrespect. But it was kind of a cop-out. He kind of like totally backtracked.
But it is, I do respect being like, yeah, he was like, that was, like, if you get called out for a bad take, just be like, yeah, it was a bad take.
Well, but also, I mean? And this is what I wanted to talk about,
know.
From like a content point of view, I think it's very different. It's the day after the Super Bowl. We're all critiquing and analyzing and saying what we liked and didn't like about the Super Bowl halftime show is a lot different than like I'm in the room and having a conversation with her husband. You know what I mean?
No, sorry.
Like, he was very respectful and kind of backtracked and people were like, what a pussy. And it's like, well, when I'm on a panel just talking about the Super Bowl and this is one of the talking points, I have opinions. I would never say to his face, I don't think your wife loves you, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But
Like,
I wouldn't share. I don't think I'd share it either on the panel. I'd talk about it, but like I wouldn't be like, don't come home.
Yeah.
Particularly if I
still a bad take.
If I don't have a wife, I've never been married. I don't even know
idea
what that relationship is like. I'd be like, that's a little odd. I think.
Right.
I wouldn't be like, don't come home. You clearly love someone else.
Yeah, it was aggressive. It was a bad take for sure. I just think that we all give bad takes when you're just talking on a show.
Yeah.
Versus like, and now I'm talking to the person or talking to their husband or whatever, which inherently you are kind of flip-flopping and backtracking. But I think you almost should flip-flop and backtrack when the circumstances change. You know?
And I also think it's cool that Alexis was like, I'll twist the knife now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, I like what you're saying. We're like, you're just talking. Like, I'm just talking.
Me too.
I'm just
we
talking
can all just talk our
about
points.
what it's like having a wife and what it's like building billion-dollar companies. Like,
Yes.
But I don't think that's like being legally married makes that much of a difference. Like if Stephen A. Smith has been in a long-term relationship.
Well, then that was the other. A lot of people were like, so what? It's almost like when people say like you never played the sport, you can't talk about it. It's like, well, there's certain things you inherently cannot understand.
Yes.
But also, don't tell me I can't speak on this at all.
That's
you know?
also like 100%. You can speak on whatever the fuck you want. But like if someone is to go, but you don't understand.
Yeah.
You go, you're right, I don't.
Totally.
You know, don't
Yeah.
pretend you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
right, I don't understand.
I've never
But
had a wife, so I
from
couldn't.
what my perspective and what I understand about the world, this is how I think I'd react.
If he said like I was once married or in a long-term relationship and I saw signs about a person who was hung up on their ex and it didn't work out for me, so I'm telling you, like, I wouldn't do that. It's a different story.
Yeah.
Than just like you shouldn't, nobody should. It's like you have no fucking clue.
Right.
I mean, I do think that would be a little weird. I think if it was like, hey babe, like I got this plan to like stick it to Drake. I think I'd be like, okay, go do. Like I don't love that. I wouldn't like stop you from doing it, but there would be part of me that's like, oh, so you're really still thinking about him, huh?
I guess, I don't know.
But
Because
if
there's
you
also
could,
like, it is just funny.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Yeah.
Like, babe, it's a funny joke on the fucking Super Bowl halftime show. I'm like,
Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go do that.
right,
That's
right.
a good joke. You know?
Yeah, I mean, clearly he loves a good burn. He just fucking, threw a kill shot at Stephen A. Smith too. So maybe that's
Right.
maybe that's how they roll as a couple, and that's the point. You never know what people's relationships are. But man, it was.
They're like, we're multi-billionaires. We only exist to embarrass other people. Like, that's all that gets me off these days. Like, literally nothing else means anything to me.
I feel like if you could monetize from it, like how actors, kiss other people on screen. Similar.
But I
Yeah,
also
she was playing a role.
Yeah.
I do also feel like pretty often when you're like making out and kissing on screen and stuff, there's a good amount of examples where that goes south.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
That's
wanna
another
know
one where
the
I'd be like,
statistics.
you're an actress. I respect it. But I'm not going to pretend that like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's on the back of my head.
Yeah.
And, Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney and all those things. It would be in my head.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was reading GQ. Glenn Powell's on the cover of GQ this month, and or last month. And there was the big expose on him, the whole shebang, and they asked him about the Sydney Sweeney
Love triangle
love
breakup.
triangle type thing.
Yeah,
how
yeah,
he's
yeah.
not with. I forget if he was engaged or was
I
it,
think they both were like engaged and they both
it was
went on a break or had problems. That's why people were connecting all the dots.
and he had such a cool response to that answer, that question, where it was like your girlfriend or fiance, whatever she was, has mentioned that like she wasn't super comfortable with like the marketing aspect of how you and Sydney chose to market it, and he was just like, yeah, like we talked beforehand, but everyone's got their story. Every breakup ends, and then everyone goes to their own brunch and tells their own story. And I was like, that's a cool way
Yeah.
to be like, like quickly says like, I don't know, I thought we talked about it, but everyone tells their own story. So what are you gonna do?
I mean, that's every breakup is really not worth even talking about. Really, anything is not worth. The people who are on your side or like back you already believe you or already know like the circumstances,
Right.
and the people who are against you don't care.
But it's
So like trying to be like, here's why I'm justified in this breakup is like, are you talking to the people who already kind of know that or believe that? Then you don't need to. And if you talk to the people who think you're the bad guy, they're not going to change. So there's no point in telling anybody this.
that's most conversations.
That's what I mean. Like it's
you're
not just
already dug
relationships.
in, so whatever.
Almost explaining yourself is the most futile exercise in the world because it's like either they're with you already or against you already, and unless of course there's certain situations, but for the most part, ain't nothing changing. It's like, no, it was actually in self-defense, and a bunch of people are like, oh yeah, we knew that it was self-defense. And there's a bunch of people like, no, we're a murderer. It ain't changing their mind. Nobody's changing their minds about anything.
No, and you like also it's like important. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like there's
Don't know anything.
You can find all the information you want. It'll
the
all say
dinosaurs.
everything. I don't know. Whatever.
It's the fucking dinosaurs. It's like, I think it looks like this. I don't know. Let's just turn it into fossil fuels. I don't know what it looked like, but melted down and turned into oil. SAXX is the original pouch underwear. We are full blown SAXX, man. Full blown SAXX over
Might do
here.
the next ad read in my underpants.
I
show it off.
I could see them loving that. I could see them hating that. You'd let us know, SAXX, however you want us to do it. They have been changing the game since 2006. So all these Johnny-come-latelys, these new age, we got technology, fabric, and different ways to wear and all this shit. No. The original, the OGs over 20 years ago is SAXX. Right now, think about it. You change your oil, you upgrade your phone, you get new sneakers, but you still just rock the same old ratty, holes in them, old-ass underwear. Upgrade your underwear, upgrade your day, upgrade your life with SAXX. They give you breathable fabric, the legs don't ride up, the waistband doesn't fall down, and they have the ballpark pouch technology for your dick and balls that keep everything in place. It's got this kind of like a mesh thing, and it's extra fabric, so it's not tight up against you, so you're not adjusting all day, you're not grabbing and fussing. It's the kind of underwear you put it on, you notice how comfortable it is, and then you never think about it again. The only thing you'll think about is how bad your old underwear is once you go to SAXX. So upgrade your drawers and upgrade your day by visiting SAXX.com. SAXX.com. That's SAXX to upgrade your comfort today.
I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
I had this the other day. I don't know why I had this question the other day. I might have just thinking about Ireland. What do you think is historically speaking, the smallest country that has had the largest cultural impact?
Let me look up a list of just small countries.
What came to mind was Ireland, Jamaica, and I think Portugal.
Oh, I got a little bit of a cheat code.
And by the way, I mean like culturally.
Can I give you a cheat code answer and then we'll get a real answer?
Okay.
The Vatican's
Vatican. Yeah.
Oh.
Vatican.
But that's that's not really real.
I kind of thought of Amsterdam or I guess Holland because they invented the stock market. So that's
Right.
pretty huge,
It's a
but
big
that's
one.
not. That's why I changed it to culturally.
I almost
like cultural impact. I think Ireland's pretty tough to beat.
Japan is pretty small.
I was gonna say Japan.
And Japan's
a
like
great
a
one.
whole
But I wouldn't say.
You know what?
For
You
American
know what I would say?
culture-
I kind of think. Maybe let me just look this up real quick. Because maybe I just don't know the size. I definitely don't know the size of countries. Well, I guess it's pretty big. England's a pretty small country for how much. I mean, they ran the world.
England, kind of doesn't count because culture obviously didn't really start there, but culture as we understand it, did. You know,
I mean, I feel like
Western
white
culture started
culture, like white people.
Yeah.
I think is England. It's spread out, but it's
I
it
guess
started
England
there.
might. What's
and that's
the
not
population? Like 15, 20?
so you're talking.
No, but I was
population?
kind of just factoring it all in.
Okay, so
There's no
It's
fucking-
50,000 square miles is England. So when you're talking about
looking at small countries too.
What was the other one you threw out? All right, Ireland and England are probably similar.
Ireland, yeah.
Relatively same size, right?
But Ireland,
But you're saying with just like whiskey and beer and Irishman, like that culture?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would say, and it's probably because that's the culture I'm most involved in.
Yeah.
That Irish culture is probably the biggest of all these in America. Right? As far you're thinking about art, the artists, I guess, but there's a lot of English too. I don't know.
I think
Other than,
English is more of we don't even think of it as English, but it's technically it all kind of came from there. And then I think it's Ireland's kind of an offshoot of that, but technically, England would be the big overarching, if I was to get technical about it. But I think Europe is really crammed in there.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
pretty small. But I'm sure there's a couple.
I guess, yeah. Well, no, but Italy's pretty big, right? At least
Yeah.
the boot, at least land size is pretty
Yeah.
large.
But you start to compare it to, of course, America or some of the countries in Africa.
Yeah.
Fucking
They're just
massive.
states.
Australia. Yeah, they're just huge.
And are we talking mostly on Western culture? Biggest impact on Western?
Well, it's just
culture?
that's
everyone?
where my knowledge
Yeah.
is. I'm not. You're not allowed to bring in Eastern culture, but I
Yeah.
can't really speak on it that well.
My mind did go to Japan just because of technology. And,
Yeah.
and they do have such a culture of.
Even it's just cleanliness,
Yeah,
about-
I
oh,
guess
this is a
Japanese.
pretty good one.
Once you bring in fucking video games, you got to give that
Yeah.
to Japan. So then, right? Japan probably has video games.
Yeah.
I would guess.
I think.
How about
Like
this?
Sony and
Yeah.
Nintendo and stuff
This is
like
a
that.
little bit of a
Is Nintendo Japanese too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monaco.
Yeah.
being like the luxury wealth culture.
I was gonna say that too.
And they have 39,000 people. That's pretty fucking small. 39,000.
But what do
wait,
we do that is?
That's what I mean. Like, it's not
Like,
really
what-
no one would be like, oh, that's Monacoan or something.
right.
Like,
What bleeds into our culture
Yeah.
from them?
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that the other day.
Jamaica didn't make this list. Maybe the strongest cultural output to size ratio ever. Reggae, ska, dancehall, Rastafarianism, Bob
Those are
Marley
the
in
only
general.
accent whites are still allowed to do.
Yeah.
We're like, that one's funny. We're keeping that.
The slang, the
Jamaica,
rhythm.
we got the bobsled team.
Your answer, I think you might be right with Jamaica kind of being the good. If you throw out the Vatican and shit like that. By the way, the population of the Vatican is 800 people.
Oh wow.
But yeah, like slang, rhythm, aesthetic influence in hip hop, fashion, youth culture across the world, marijuana, like the colors,
there's
the
also
flag.
so many options, like Cuba, right? Cuba's probably got. Or
Yeah.
it's not. Cuba's probably not. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Um.
But I would say like Monaco right now, like F1.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you
but
what. I'll
F1's
tell you
English,
what.
right? Isn't it like
I
an
don't
English
actually
league?
know.
But yeah, but Monaco's where they're like
Yeah.
big.
Well, one of the, but their big races are everywhere. Like every
Yeah.
one of their races is a big race.
But when I
Vegas,
think
Miami.
if you were to ask me like what is like the big F1 thing, I would say Monaco.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I think Monaco's culture is like tax evasion. Any like rich people who are like doing white collar crime, that's Monaco country culture. I like that question though. It's good.
That is a good question.
Today's episode is brought to you by Fabletics. When you live in activewear, you can never have enough, but the good stuff usually costs a fortune. As someone who's been looking for comfort and performance in the athleisure realm for a while now, when that got hot, I was like, this is my time to live. I could wear comfy clothes and still be stylish and performance gear. But man, the prices got crazy. It's like $150 for a pair of sweatpants. Makes no sense, and that's where Fabletics comes in. They've got it all. They got performance gear, like a pair of pants here. That like these are the ones you can like wear to work, wear out, but are also still breathable and perform right. I don't know what material this is, but this is awesome.
Those are nice.
This is like the comfort of like swishy pants, but the performance of real activewear.
They got the gym shorts too with the lining. You can't be having gym shorts no lining these days because
That's important.
it's extremely important. These are. I mean, the second I held these, I was like, well, I'm taking these home.
And right now, if you become a Fabletics VIP, they're offering a deal I have never seen in the history of podcasting. 80% discount on everything when you sign up to become a Fabletics VIP. It's $60 a month, but after that, you get 80% off everything. So if you work out every day, are in the performance gear all the time, in the gym, out of the gym, you wear stuff like this, gotta sign up to be a VIP because you get an 80% discount on all of it. There's over 2 million VIP members worldwide. So 2 million people out there are willing to sign up, pay the monthly fee, and then get the massive discount. So you know that if they like it and they rely upon it, that you can be 2,000,001. The VIP thing has been proven out with that many customers, and it gets you the discount that really you can't get anywhere else. So treat yourself to gear that looks good, feels good, and doesn't break the bank with Fabletics. Go to fabletics.com/KFC and sign up as a VIP to get 80% off of everything. That's fabletics.com/KFC and get 80% off everything as a VIP member. Do you guys know who D'Angelo is?
I know him. I don't know his music.
Okay.
I know the shower video.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So D'Angelo was a musician who died yesterday and was probably like the most talented musician of all time. Like his early albums, he only had 3 albums, but his first album was like written, produced, composed, arranged, performed, lyric, all like everything. It was like front to back with like maybe 1 or 2 other like artists who like kind of helped out. But he's like really one of the most talented artists of all time. And then he got famous from it. And then that music video you're talking about was the song Untitled, How Does It Feel? Where
Yes.
he was just naked and it was a camera slowly spinning around him. And he became like a sex icon because of that. And he could not handle fame. He did not like being a sex icon. He like struggled with the push-pull of like being an artist and a successful artist. So he kind of became a recluse, and then he had addiction problems, only ended up putting out 3 albums, but it's kind of like heralded as this like unbelievable musical icon. And so when he died, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then I started to think back. I was in 4th grade when his album came out, his first album. And I was a 4th grader, a 10-year-old, or no, I was in elementary school. It's like 10 years old, so even younger than that, 2nd, 3rd grade, something like that. I'm in 3rd, 4th grade, white kid in the suburbs of Pennsylvania, listening to this soulful black man R&B funk thing, you know? And it just got me thinking on like weird music I used to listen to growing up, specifically R&B, because I liked rap, and then that, you know, R&B just kind of becomes an extension of that. So like when I was in elementary school, I was listening to like R&B music. That's so fucking weird. I specifically have this vivid memory in 1994 it was, I think. So I was 9, my brother was 13. My parents got us a pool table for Christmas. Like a pretty, not a full one, but a pretty, not one of those Fisher-Price ones, like a real pool table. And that was like our big present for the year. And then the rest was like little small things. And CDs were such a big part of our lives at the time that it was like, you get all the CDs you want for Christmas. We were playing pool and listening to the new Boyz II Men album on repeat. and that album, by the way, their album, it's Boyz II Men. The album is 2, the Roman numeral 2. Has like 6 singles that were all, it's like one of the biggest R&B albums of all time. But we're singing like "I'll Make Love to You." We're playing pool and like singing "Water Runs Dry" or like "Down on Bended Knee." And then I just went through all of the like black R&B, like sex music that I was listening to as not only a white kid in the suburbs, but a child, a baby. It was weird, and I was like, does anyone else have this experience? And I know people did, but the amount of people who were like, everyone you listed, yup. Like, I had those albums. I was listening to it. I loved it. And we're all kind of from the same demographic. It was like, oh, we're all just the same people, huh? We all just had the weird, like, all the same weird childhoods.
It's funny you bring that up, because I was saying to Pabs the other day, we were in an Uber that was playing music that I hadn't heard in a while. And it's kind of the same type deal. Like, it was my younger music. And now you talking about it is in my mom's car. Like, if I was driving around with my mom, which was more often, like during the week it was my mom, weekend was my dad, but like that sounds like they got divorced. It didn't. It was just, we had hockey. But it would be Usher My Way is what we listened to in my mom's car, and then my dad's it would be Rage. So we listened to Rage Against the Machine. it was like my dad's car was Rage Against the Machine, The Who, The Offspring, and the Rolling Stones.
Yep.
My mom's was Usher My Way and NPR. And so that's basically who I am.
Yeah. Those are the two sides.
You listen, that's me.
Yeah.
Those car rides. Nice to meet you.
I mean, starting at the age of like 7, like 1992 is when like Snoop and Dre and Tupac and all that was like on the West Coast, and I was like listening to And now that I have my own kids, I'm like, you know, Shay's listening to like Taylor Swift, and like both the kids listen to the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. They're not listening to fucking nothing but a G thing. You know? Maybe they are, but they're not doing it like as openly. I would be like, get me Dr. Dre's album, get me fucking, you know, R&B albums for Christmas. It's very weird.
Mine was,
I'm sure my parents were like, what the here, I don't know.
Man Eater, Nelly Furtado from like 7 to 10. Which is such a good song.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Dude, Nelly Furtado, I saw her recently.
Her voice is fucking unbelievable.
She is also
She's a good one.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those.
Has she come out with recent music?
I don't know. I think she's at Coachella. I think she was just on stage at Coachella, and I saw her and I went, oh, hell yeah. Still works.
Mm-hmm.
Anne Hathaway type?
Still fucking hits. Not Anne Hathaway type. Very different than Anne Hathaway.
Anne is just.
But.
God. I'm sure. I think.
When did Anne Hathaway start? Because I remember the blog I wrote about getting old. And I remember, I was like, I don't even know if people are going to relate to this.
No, they did. Because I did a video on it as well, and people were like, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I know I'm old because I don't want to fuck Anne Hathaway. But I want to have breakfast with her in a cozy nook, and I read the paper.
Yeah.
I want to put on NPR with her.
Sweet love.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I think she has said that winning the Oscar, when she won the Oscar, I don't even know what she won, but she had the short hair and that era.
Yeah.
I think she has some quote about like winning the Oscar was like the best and worst thing that ever happened to her because it just like put her in a box and made people think of her a certain way and all this other shit. But
people were talking about, I saw someone recently talk about Bradley Cooper, the way they're like, he's just doing his Anne Hathaway thing where like, and I didn't know this, public doesn't like Bradley Cooper right now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What?
This is when he was doing Maestro, so this is like last year, and it was like he's doing his Anne Hathaway thing where he wants an Oscar too bad, so it's annoying.
He's trying to, I gotta check the box.
I didn't remember, I didn't pay attention that closely when Anne Hathaway went through that phase, but it seems like
probably a similar vibe. Yeah, you know who I think is a little bit in just terms of like looks, like where like all of a sudden you're kind of like, oh wait a minute, I'm into her. My new Anne Hathaway is Dakota Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Like I saw her, she's wearing a lot of those like sheer dresses.
Yeah.
A lot of things, and I was like, oh wait a minute, you're fucking super hot. I remember when she was the 50 Shades girl that a lot of people were like, she's not hot enough or sexy enough, and I feel like there's like a reputational thing with her. And then I don't know if enough time went by or just different looks or something, or I got older, but I was just like, oh hell yeah.
I think for me, I just learned a lot more about her personality.
I was just gonna say, she's a cool ass person.
You know what I think helped her with that video where she dunks on Ellen.
Yeah,
she was one of the first people to come out and be like, "Fuck you, Ellen," and people were like, "Oh yeah."
I think from 50 Shades of Grey, which I've never seen, but like just the promo of it and all that stuff, I kind of just, I don't know, I just didn't like the way her look didn't really connect with me.
Yeah.
And then I started to know who she was, like as a person, like the. Like she considers Antonio Banderas and fucking Mark Johnson her dad, not Mark, Don Johnson her dad.
Don Johnson, yeah.
And she like speaks Spanish because whoever her mom is married to
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas now and has been like for most of her life.
Interesting.
And I've just seen like just interview clips of her and I'm like, oh damn, that chick's cool as hell.
Yeah.
And guess what? Once you're cool, you're fucking hot.
Yeah. I always thought it was cool too that like I don't know. 50 Shades of Grey fans thought it was a good casting or bad casting, but she went all out for that role. She showed it all. You know what I mean? She was committed to the cause.
I actually really want to see her new movie. I think it's on Prime now. It's like I forget. It's two like
it's
comedians.
Chris Evans and
no. It's Materialist. I've seen Materialist.
She is in that. Yeah,
Materialist is fantastic. That one's really good. I don't think people loved it as much as I did, but I really liked it. But it's called like Splitsville. And it's a lower budget movie. I think it's just two comedians wrote it. They play the two guys, and it's two relationships that are ending.
Yes,
It's supposed to be very good.
Yeah, she might be my new.
I wonder if Bobbi Althoff based her personality around Dakota Johnson.
Interesting.
I wouldn't say I don't know much about Bobbi Althoff, but like I don't think she's cool. Is she?
No, but I'm saying like in terms of like dry humor, like.
What I like about Bobbi is she's very.
Self-aware.
Yeah, very self-aware.
Yeah.
Like she knows she caught a wave and is just capitalizing on it. Started a podcast and then I think ended the podcast to launch a new podcast. And I think the kind of the rollout was like, yeah, this show needs to end because like no one was even asking for this. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Like,
yeah.
And then she just started a new one and like episode 1 was with Drake.
Yeah.
So it's like I think
she's restarting the same podcast.
Pretty much, I think so. And I think she just knows that it's like, yeah, I'm not like an artist. I don't really like even deserve this. It fell into my lap, but I'm gonna still run with it.
Yeah.
And enough people like it, and I get all these interviews with the rappers, so like I'm doing something right. You know, it's like you got lucky, whatever, but you're also doing something right. If it's so, she I think is pretty upfront about that. So I think that's a good way to be.
Yeah.
The best way to handle like undeserved fame, I think, is to just be like, yeah, I don't know, it happened for some reason. You know, not the typical one, but it happened.
Stars aligned.
But to go back to Task, I think Task is the most underrated and under talked about show in like many years. Like it's an HBO Sunday night 9:00 show, so it's popular and people watch it. But I think it should be getting the talk and the culture around it should be like those other 9 p.m. Sunday night HBO shows, and it's not getting that treatment.
But I think it's gonna start.
Yeah,
because I think
the winter is gonna be big.
It's a
the winter
10-episode
break
series.
Even short. I think it's 8.
Oh really?
I think so.
Then maybe it's not gonna get it because I thought 6. Was it 6 that's out or 5 that's out?
It's all out.
The whole show's out?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm not caught up. I'm only on like episode. I thought I was on like 5 or 6.
This week was the finale.
This past week was the finale?
Yep.
Oh fuck me! I didn't realize that.
But that's what I mean. Even that it's, you know what I mean. Like I think it should have been like, let me just make sure of this. I mean, I know I watched the finale.
So it must be.
Wait, maybe I didn't.
I don't think
because I did episodes. Let me just see. It's 6.
It's 6.
It's 6 episodes, and let me just make sure.
Oh, that it's definitely done.
No, it is 7. Okay, so there's one more. Okay. That makes sense because I guess my point here is that the penultimate episode feels like a finale for sure. Like they could have left it after 7 in my mind.
Okay, so
there is an open-ended thing, but they leave it in a way where it's like, okay, I know where they're going to go do with that, and it could have ended there.
I'm obviously not sure what you're talking about. I think I only did 5 last night, but there are 2 murders that were as not violent because they're not particularly violent, but as jarring as Opie's. Like I don't know why it just hit me the same way. Not in the sadness of it, but in like I felt it. Like it was like, oh, that was a brutal killing.
Which ones?
The Saran wrap and
Brutal.
and the drowning. Where
Brutal.
I was like both
Yes.
of those, like I really was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is fucking violent.
There's another one. That's you'll see that there's another death in there that I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Woo.
The
Stuck with
Saran
me.
wrap one in particular, like I was like, oh, they're like it wasn't like I thought as he was doing like the Saran wrap around the head, I thought it was kind of just gonna like it was gonna let you go, like it was gonna cut to a new scene. It was like,
I
that's
thought
how-
that was to like I'm gonna cut all your breath and then I'll poke a hole in it and then you tell me what I want or whatever and they just
and
fucking left.
as he like fell to the ground and then he's still like trying to get his last breath. Like, I really was like, this fucking. It was great, obviously.
That
but, like,
show
I
though
felt it.
in general is just like awesome.
Yeah.
Like in great acting, in-depth storylines, probably a little bit silly, far-fetched with some things, but like all the best shows kind of have that. I think that should get a lot more respect than at least it's in the. It might get nominated and win awards and shit, but in like the zeitgeist pop culture realm, I feel like people should be talking about it like the premiere, the finale's coming out, like Game of Thrones type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's that good. I really like that.
If I were to next want to watch Task or Black Rabbit or Your Friends and Neighbors, which should I?
Task.
Task.
Friends and Neighbors, Black Rabbit. Black Rabbit's not very good.
Really?
I enjoyed
Rabbit-
Black Rabbit, but it was the ending of that is fucking. There's
It's
so many
fun
things
to watch, but like it's just, you're just watching for Jude Law and Jason Bateman, which is a
Yeah,
reason to
a
watch.
reason to do it,
It's
yeah.
a reason to watch
Yeah.
the rest of it.
I think Black Rabbit is like 2 or 3 major decisions of like storytelling and writing away from being good.
it's
Like,
a perfect
like,
Netflix show.
It could have
It's
gone.
good to watch. It's like Chinese food.
Yeah.
You enjoyed
It's
it.
entertaining, but
You're not gonna
yeah, there
really
was
be
some
thinking
silly
about it
shit.
much after.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched Chad Powers?
No.
Okay, that's like entertaining.
I
That's
like-
Hulu.
that's
It's
the
with
new
Glenn Powell.
one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I
Dude.
I might watch that one day. I don't not want to watch it, but good. It's just one of those like if I got other stuff I want to watch.
Yeah,
That feels like I don't know anything about it, but it seems like a good show to watch with a girl.
yeah. Well,
It's like
girl's gonna like
it's
it, you
kinda-
could
they're
probably
just trying to do
tolerate
a
it.
new Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's a comedy based on a commercial that
Interesting.
which I mean Ted Lasso was great. So like I hopefully they
Yeah.
nailed it as well.
I got one for you. The Last Frontier on Apple TV. Apple TV has some gems,
I know.
and they don't talk. They just put them out there, and they're like, if you like them, you like them. No big deal. Otherwise, I don't know if that's their plan or they don't have a marketing budget or what. But there's some fucking heaters on Apple TV. It's what's his name? You're gonna know him like right away when I show you him. He was in that show, Brotherhood, I think. It's not Jason Isaac.
Jason Clark.
It's the, Jason. It is Jason Clark.
Oh.
Jason Clark. Yes.
Oh, he's in the new Hulu show too, the Murdaws, right? Who that redheaded South Carolina family that look like?
Oh, it's based on a real.
Yeah, he plays the dad. in that.
Yes, I'm seeing that right now. Yeah, that's a crazy story. That guy he like
Wait, so
murdered.
Jason Clark's in a show called The Frontier on Apple TV.
The Last Frontier on
Yeah.
Apple TV.
I'm gonna watch
Bro,
the fuck out of that.
no, it's great. It's great. The opening scene I thought it autoplayed after I was watching something else on Apple TV, so I wasn't even aware of what it was. I thought it was The Dark Knight Rises with Bane. There's like so the idea is a plane with inmates is flying over Alaska, and there's like a jailbreak situation. Same sort of like Bane thing where they
This sounds
ready. Plane crashes, but it's like a safe crash landing, and they're in like this tiny little rural spot in Alaska, and Jason Clark is the sheriff of this town that is always just like this idyllic, like no problems ever, and now they have like 30 inmate murderer freaks on the prowl. And one of them is like a CIA asset turned bad. So
hard right now.
he's trying to like protect the town while also coming to realize that the CIA sent somebody. Actually, it's not even the CIA; it's multi-agency. So it's like I work with the CIA and the NSA and the this and that. So it's like the deep people. And so he's like, I'm dealing with this plane crash in my town, but there's also a lot deeper going on. Like it's like a black op. It is. There's only 2 episodes out. The third one comes out today. It's a Wednesday show. And I was watching it, and I was like, this is like the best show I've ever seen. Like, and it's obviously a little bit silly with plane crashes and inmates and all that stuff, but it's like, this is so fucking entertaining and good.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Really.
to watch that.
That's
right
another
now.
Apple that's just like, tell the world, guys.
Yeah.
Apple needs
I
better
had no
PR.
idea. I knew Jason Clark. I was very excited. It's not even a story I'm interested in. I was just excited that Jason Clark had a new show coming out So now there's one that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
he's
right.
got
But the other
like
one, that Murdo one, looks good too. I'm gonna watch that too.
he's got the badass but like noble sheriff type thing going,
Yeah.
and he's just like, I swore an oath to these people.
I can
And
see him playing the fuck on
almost
it.
exactly like that. He's like, I swore an oath to protect these people, and if you and our government's lies put them in danger, you and I are gonna have a problem. And then that happens. He's like, I told you we were gonna have a problem if you endangered lives, and now, and it's like, fucking great.
I'm surprised that Apple hasn't come out with a movie that's fully shot on the iPhone
Ooh,
to kind of promote iPhone, and
think,
it would get like a lot of views. People would be curious about
I think
that.
there are shows or movies doing that, but yeah, Apple should make that their thing.
Absolutely
Yeah,
make that their
yeah.
thing. Or a TV show.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Let me just run through. I think we're good.
Good. That was a good, clean hour and a half pod.
Beautiful.
Oh.
All right, big thanks for watching. If you made it through this whole episode, that means you should be subscribed. There's so many of you out there who watch and don't subscribe, so make sure you are a KFC Radio subscriber. Make sure you get all the content when it drops. Click that button now.
I have 9 fingers. I'm still subscribed. It's that easy.